Hello, my name is Cody Wiggins. I'm an Internet Manager and Product Specialist here at Hiley Volkswagen. And today I just want to touch a little bit on the completely redesigned 2012 Beetle. 2011 Volkswagen ceased production of the Beetle to do a complete revamp and redo. And they've come out with a great product this year. As you can see, the body is a little bit different. It's a little bit longer, and the roof's been shortened just a little bit, about 1.5 inches. But it still maintains that classic Beetle look and design that we all know and we all love. The front end is a little bit longer, a little bit more of a masculine look, kind of like the Porsche Carrera, the turbo version, actually, of the Beetle, which has a 200 horsepower turbo engine. Actually looks an awful lot like a Porsche Carrera. So you can see similarities again here with the wheels. On this particular model, this is the base Beetle, which starts at $21,900, and it has the retro wheels, which kind of, again, give you that classic feel that you're used to with the previous models. What I want to do is tell you a little bit about some of the changes that they've made this year on the inside and the outside. So first, let me talk to you about what's under the hood of the Beetle and tell you about a couple of different engines and the maintenance, or should I say lack of maintenance, they have on the new Beetle design. The Beetle is available this year with a couple of different engines. The one that's going to be here in the base Beetle is going to be a 2.5 liter, 170 horsepower engine that has 177 pounds-feet of torque. It's also available with a 2 liter, 200 horsepower turbo engine. That's going to be obviously available in the Beetle turbo version. Volkswagen, over the last several years, has made tremendous strides in their engineering. One of the things that they have done a great job of is reducing the maintenance and making the cars a lot more fun to drive and a lot less expensive to maintain. Your basic setup of the engine is going to be the same whether you're talking about the turbo Beetle or the base Beetle. Coolant's going to be on this side, windshield wiper fluid is here, and the oil is right here, so you can see that everything is very conveniently located and easy to get to. One thing that is different over the last several years with Volkswagen is that they use sealed transmission. So you'll notice that while I have access to oil, I don't have access to transmission fluid. That's because they're sealed. It doesn't require any top off or any maintenance to the transmission. I can just keep driving and enjoying the car. On the turbo model though, there is a small transmission tune-up that needs to be done at 40,000 miles. Over here I'm going to have my brake fluid to the rear, my battery which is covered and protected to help the battery last longer and stay cooler, and then my fuse panel. So you can see from the standpoint of service, it's very, very easy to get to. These engines also use timing chains now, and that eliminates the maintenance that you used to have with the old timing belts that usually require change out at about 60 to 80,000 miles and have an average cost of about $400 to $600. So with the timing chain, that should last the life of the car, and you no longer have that long-term maintenance. The car also utilizes electromechanical steering, so it no longer uses a hydraulic-based power steering pump and fluid. That's great because it actually makes the steering a lot more responsive, a lot more crisp, and a whole lot more fun to drive. But you also eliminate the need for the maintenance of the power steering pump and the fluid top off and any type of hydraulic maintenance that you would have had with the previous model. So again, Volkswagen wants you to drive the car and enjoy it, not have it in the shop all the time. Let me tell you about a few other features in the Beetle. The next thing I want to touch on is going to be the rear of the car. Let me show you what the rear hatch room looks like and some of the changes that they've made this year. Okay, so you'll notice that the rear of the Beetle looks a little bit different than it did in the previous model, a little bit more streamlined, still very nice, very aerodynamic. If you want to open the rear hatch in the previous model, you have a micro switch. This time, you're going to push the Beetle medallion in and lift it right up. Another option this year for the Beetles that you can order through our parts department is to have custom nameplating put here. You can put things like Beetle, Turbo, Bug, so you can really customize your Beetle, put it right under the medallion, and that way everybody knows it's your Bug. On the interior here, you see it's a little bit larger than what we had in the previous model. One of the upgrades that you can also get is going to be our Monster Mat kits. It's a rubber all-weather mat. It does have the Beetle logo right on the side, so that way it kind of coordinates and goes in line with all of the other Beetle accessories that you may want to add, like the nameplating, for example. You also see in many of the Beetle models our cargo protection system. What the cargo protection system is building blocks that you can use and put together to form certain sizes of areas to store products. And a lot of models you have the net, which is what you had in a lot of the previous models. And the net is good for kind of holding things in place to an extent. But as you know, you get things like maybe cakes or vases with flowers, things that are fragile that you don't want to move around too much. You put them behind that net and they end up wiggling and wobbling and things go all over the place. So on the cargo, you can build these. They attach very easily, just like Legos. You take two of these blocks together and they attach right here and they just pop into place. Okay, then you can set them down, form the particular size of area that you need, and you can stick the item right inside. But the benefit to these is, unlike the net that wiggles, these are going to be good and stable and sturdy. So they're not going to wobble around. Actually, they're so strong I can pick my whole mat up here. The other thing you'll see with the Beetle while we're here is going to be the full-size spare that's underneath with all of your tools. So no more little bitty donut. You do have a full-size tire here, and all of your tire tools are easy to access. This is going to be your security cover here. This is removable if you prefer, but it will allow you, while the items are inside, to cover them and keep them secure so that strangers don't get nosy on the outside of the car. Also right here, on both the left and the right side, are going to be easy handles. So if you're shorter and you have trouble reaching up top, you can still grab this for convenience. Also, it just helps to close the hatch easier, so you don't have to grab up top. Let's now go on the inside of the Beetle, and I want to tell you about some of the standard options that you get this year, which are great, and then some of the available options that you have on the interior for the Beetle. Now that we're on the interior of the car, let's talk about a few features that are going to come standard with the Beetle, as well as some optional features. First standard feature for the new Beetle comes in every model is going to be the Bluetooth link. That allows you to connect your phone wirelessly to the stereo speakers of the car and make and receive all your calls completely hands-free and wirelessly. That's very convenient. It's also a lot safer when you're on the road. To go hand in hand with that is going to be an MDI cable, which we have located in our glove box here. The MDI cable attaches to any of your iProducts, like an iPad or iPhone, and allows you to stream your music over that cable. It is removable though, as you can see, so I can get other cables that are adaptable to different phones available in our parts department, so there might very well be one that fits your phone also. You'll notice up top here in the dash that we have the old kind of throwback storage bin that you saw with the previous Beetle models. So it's kind of like having two glove compartments, so that's very convenient also. Depending upon the model of Beetle that you get, you'll have a touchscreen radio. You might even have a touchscreen radio with navigation system. Those are going to be great upgrades. The touchscreen audio system is convenient because it will allow you to do everything just as it sounds through a touchscreen from your fingers. Those models will also give you the ability to access your phone book from the screen, which is a nice convenient feature, and also allow you to stream your music wirelessly from your phone if you have the Bluetooth, which we know that we'll have in every Beetle model standard. So it doesn't even require you then to connect it to the cord. If the Beetle model has a navigation system, you'll get the enjoyment and advantage of our exclusive Volkswagen navigation software, which is very user-friendly and convenient. But going back to the standard features that you'll get this year in the Beetle, another one of those is going to be heated seats. It'll come standard on both the passenger and the driver's side door in every Beetle model this year. It has high, medium, and low settings so that you can control how warm you want to be, or maybe you just want to be a little bit warm. So that way you stay nice and warm and toasty in this cold weather that's about to hit. Another standard feature that's going to come in the Beetles is going to be the telescopic steering wheel that allows me to move it further or closer to me, as well as being adjustable tilt up and down. That's going to come standard in every Beetle model. Some of the upgraded features that you'll see will be, again, the navigation system, the touchscreen like we talked about. Also a Fender audio system, which is a 400-watt 9-speaker sound system. It's 8 speakers and a subwoofer. Very powerful one at that. And that's designed to recreate live sound. It's designed by Fender and built by Panasonic, and that is just awesome. You really got to hear it in person to really enjoy it. Some of the other features you'll see are going to be push-button start, which allows you to start the engine without a key. That also goes hand in hand with the Kessie, which is a keyless access system that allows me to unlock and lock the door just by touching the door handle on the outside. So that's a super cool feature. Maybe your hands are full and you can't quite reach those keys. You just touch the door and you can open the door. You'll also have a sunroof in some Beetle trim packages. In the previous model, though, it was a much smaller sunroof, and in the new Beetle models, it's now a much larger sunroof that really kind of takes up the whole roof area. And later on, we'll show you a video to tell you about the Turbo Beetle, which will have a lot of those features what we mentioned. But those are just some of the standard features that you're going to get this year with the Beetle, and some of the upgraded options that you have available for the Beetle based on the trim. So as you can see, Volkswagen's put together quite a redesign this year. So come on down and see it for yourself. So this new 2012 Beetle really is a great car. You really need to come down and see it for yourself, though, so you can see all of the cool features and take one for a spin and see how fun it really is. Because driving a Beetle does make you quite happy. If you want to do that, you can come on down here to Hiley Volkswagen. Our website is hileyww.com. That's one way you can contact us. You, of course, can always contact me directly. My name is Cody Wiggins. I am an internet manager and a product specialist here. My direct line is 817-575-6106. So again, you can go to hileywvolkswagen.com or come see me. You can call me at 817-575-6106 and schedule a test drive.